Welcome back to the Quiet Corner News Network. I'm Ryan O'Connor. A member of the Imperial Guard is off the job and facing charges after images surfaced that he improperly performed a search of a pedestrian. A source close to the investigation has provided the Quiet Corner News Network with surveillance footage where it clearly shows the stormtrooper in question requiring two plumbers to display their credentials. The stormtrooper is reported to be charged with failure to properly report suspicious activity on his rounds and failure to arrest anyone affiliated with the master plumber, Mario. Those two innocent-looking fellows were allowed to continue about their day, no doubt picking up some amazing one-of-a-kind trinkets and giving the Guard a good reputation. Switching gears now, yes, pun intended, of course, we have Rhode Island's very own Peter Griffin joining us with what I would say is probably your favorite segment and our viewers' favorite segment, What Grinds My Gears. Peter.
Yeah, you know what really grinds my gears? Why don't you guys have your tickets yet for the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience? I mean, what are you spending your money on already, huh? Probably vape pens, right? Vape pens and Lululemon leggings. It's just, you know what? Spend your money on something cool like Comic-Cons and comic books and toys, and we're gonna have all those freaking things here. And if you don't like that things, then just don't come because you're not cool enough for us. So get your tickets now. That's what really grinds my gears.
You don't like my Lululemon pants right now?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not really wearing Lululemon pants. Probably not wearing pants either.
Giggity.
So we are here with, as we said, Rhode Island's very own Peter Griffin.
Where?
Somewhere. Sitting right next to me right here on our makeshift set here at Grill 37 as we're getting ready for the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience. Everyone meets Stevie Oakes. He is, as we said, Rhode Island's very own Peter Griffin. Stevie, thank you very much for joining us here today. And
thanks for having me.
We're having a little bit of fun setting up our news desk, doing our Grinds My Gears segment with you. And tell me, Stevie, how excited are you to be joining the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience?
You know, this is freaking sweet. I've never wanted to be in something more than in my life than to be at this Comic-Con. It's going to be freaking sweet. There's going to be lots of food and toys and food and toys and comics. Yeah.
I love food. I love toys. I love comics. I'll go hand in hand.
It's going to be freaking sweet.
It will be. It will be. So you do a lot of different cons in the area, don't you?
I do. Well, so far I've done Rhode Island Comic Con, Wicked Comic Con, and now Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience. But I'm also going to be coming to Contropolis, New Jersey, Contropolis, Pennsylvania, Contropolis, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island Anime Con this season, and of course Rhode Island Comic Con and Quiet Corner Sci-Fi Comic Experience.
Wonderful. That's great. So yes, we're very fortunate to have you at our show. We ran into my brother and I when we were at Rhode Island Comic Con, and you saw us walking around in our Star Trek get-up, right. And we had a cool little pin on. And Stevie, you're actually wearing one of those pins today, aren't you?
It's a really nice kitty cat. I'm going to keep this PG here.
And you have a cat at home, right?
I do. I have a Tully. Tully's my little orange-haired bastard, and but I love him. But he's a ginger, and that's it. You know how ginger cats are.
I'm Irish. I know how gingers are. Yeah. So let's take a quick look right now of Stevie at the Rhode Island Comic Con, showing off when he received the pin.
Beat me up, kitty.
So Stevie, we're very excited to have you at the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience. Now, you have your own Twitter account, TikTok, all that. You're a social media influencer. What got you into that?
Boredom during a pandemic. It's a lot of how the story starts for a lot of people. Had a lot of time on my hand and I was bored. Figured I'd give it a try, see what happens.
What made you choose to go the route of Peter Griffin?
A certain cousin of mine used to say that I should sue Family Guy because they stole my likeness for their show. Here we are. So, no, I've always loved Family Guy. It's got me through a lot of hard times, and dark humor somehow, for some reason, gets me through things. It's weird, but it's one of the greatest shows on TV, and 22 years later, 22 seasons, of course, different cancellations in between then, but it just keeps coming back because people keep asking for it, and that's all that freaking matters. So, it's a fun character to play.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've seen some of your videos that you've put online where you run into a Meg or you run into one or two Loises in one convention. What's it like when you have your fans coming up to your table, oftentimes dressed up as other characters, maybe a Stewie, maybe a Brian? What goes through your head when you see these people at your booth?
Freaking sweet. So yeah, 2 Loises, that was fun because I brought my own Lois, and then there was another Lois weirdly out of nowhere. But it's always cool because it's a homage to the show that I love so much, and they come up to me and they sometimes a lot of them are really good at doing voices and impersonations, and it's kind of fun to just play with it and riff with it and have fun with it, and it's a fun time.
What's your favorite fan experience?
I once had a lady hyperventilating and needed a crew of like 6 to get her to approach me.
Why do you think that is?
Because she was just so jubilated that I was here, and she loves Peter Griffin, and I don't blame her. So and it's kind of funny because she wanted a selfie and a signed picture, and she was paying by card, and I needed her zip code, and she forgot her zip code because she was so flabbergasted.
Of course.
Verklempt.
Verklempt. Good word. Good for grinds my gears.
That's what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, big words. Big words. So
He's such a tiny brain.
Well, you have Brian to help you out with the big words, and Stewie as well.
Brian tries to make himself sound smarter than he really is, but he flunked high school 3 times.
Well, as a dog, you would think it'd be hard for him to get through high school. Yeah. What's going on with him and Lois?
I don't talk about that.
Okay.
He's always trying to nail my wife, and one of these days he's gonna get put down.
One of these days. One of these days. What about Stewie? Always diabolical. What?
Hey,
can't you get him in line?
Sometimes I wonder if he's really my kid. But it is what it is. He's a good kid, despite the fact he's always trying to kill his mother. And but it's okay because he goes on off-world adventures with Brian. They go to different times and places, and he's messed up the timeline a lot. And might be careful for the TWA. It's not gonna be good.
Not going to be good. Not going to be good. What will be good is you being at the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience. General admission is just $10. You get to see this guy. You get to have your picture taken with Rhode Island's very own Peter Griffin, and you can get autographs. You can take a look at his little kitty pin from Star Trek, from Starfleet International, and we're excited to have you at the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience from 10 to 5 on Saturday, April 29th. It's right here at Grill 37. So go to grill37.com or theqcexperience.com to learn more about our show and who else you can see in addition to Mr. Stevie Oakes over here, Rhode Island's very own Peter Griffin, right here at the Quiet Corner Sci-Fi and Comic Experience. General admission, as I said, is only $10.
Frickin' sweet.
Frickin' sweet, as Peter said. Thank you very much, Peter. Now let's take a look at your most local forecast. And in for Ollie, we have meteorologist Surfin' Bird. Surfin', so can you tell me, what can we expect for weather come April 29th?
Hey, you son of a-